Ever find yourself in a room full of people, yet feel completely alone? That's a common experience for many highly intelligent individuals. You might think that having a high IQ would make life easier, but the truth is, it comes with its own set of challenges. From feeling misunderstood to struggling with perfectionism, being highly intelligent isn't always the walk in the park people assume it to be. In this video, we are diving into the psychology behind 8 struggles that come with having a high IQ. If you've ever felt like the smartest person in the room but also the most isolated, stay tuned. Understanding these struggles is the first step to overcoming them. The loneliness of advanced understanding. Ever found yourself in a room full of people yet feeling utterly alone? It's not that you're antisocial, but rather, your mind works on a different wavelength. This is the loneliness of advanced understanding. You grasp complex concepts quickly, and your thoughts often delve into depths that others don't explore. It's like being a radio station that's broadcasting on a frequency that few others can tune into. You're not lonely because you're alone, but because you're alone in your thoughts. It's a unique struggle, a quiet solitude that comes with the territory of advanced understanding. Consider this situation. You're in a group discussion about a topic you're passionate about. You share your insights, but the responses you get are blank stares or simplistic comments. It's not that they're not trying to understand, but their cognitive frameworks don't yet have the scaffolding to grasp your point. You're left feeling like you're speaking a different language, even though you're using the same words. This disconnect can leave you feeling isolated, like you're on an intellectual island. It's a stark reminder that advanced understanding can sometimes lead to social isolation. Moreover, this loneliness isn't just about not being understood. It's also about the struggle to simplify complex thoughts. You might find yourself trying to dumb down your ideas to make them accessible, but in doing so, you feel like you're doing a disservice to the complexity of your thoughts. It's a tightrope walk between sharing your understanding and preserving its integrity. You might also grapple with the fear of appearing arrogant or condescending when you share your insights. This constant negotiation between expression and understanding can be exhausting and further contribute to feelings of loneliness. The burden of high expectations. You know that feeling when everyone looks to you for answers, and the weight of their expectations starts to feel like a physical burden? Highly intelligent individuals often find themselves under this kind of pressure. Society tends to hold them to higher standards, assuming they should excel in every area of life. This can lead to a constant feeling of being scrutinized, with every action or decision magnified under the microscope of others' expectations. It's not just about academic or professional achievements. It's about being the go-to person for solutions, advice, and problem-solving in all aspects of life. The pressure can be intense, and it's a burden that not everyone is equipped to handle. Consider the workplace, for instance. A highly intelligent employee might be given more complex tasks or projects because of their perceived abilities. While this can be an opportunity for growth, it can also lead to feelings of isolation and overwhelm. The expectation to consistently deliver exceptional work can be mentally exhausting. It's like being stuck on a treadmill that's constantly speeding up, with no chance to catch your breath or slow down. The fear of not meeting these high expectations can lead to stress, anxiety, and even burnout. It's a delicate balance between pushing oneself to grow and not crumbling under the weight of others' expectations. Moreover, the burden of high expectations isn't just external. It can also be internalized. Highly intelligent individuals often set their own incredibly high standards. They might feel that anything less than perfection is a failure. This can lead to a constant cycle of self-criticism and dissatisfaction. For example, a brilliant student might feel devastated after scoring a 95% on a test, not because it's a bad grade, but because it's not 100%. This internal pressure can be just as damaging as external expectations. It can lead to chronic stress, low self-esteem, and a constant feeling of never being good enough. It's a heavy burden to carry, and it's one that many highly intelligent individuals struggle with daily. The challenge of finding stimulating conversations. Staring at the clock, watching the seconds tick by during yet another dull conversation, can feel like a slow-motion torture. For highly intelligent individuals, finding stimulating conversations often feels like searching for a needle in a haystack. The average person speaks at a conversational level that may feel simplistic or even shallow to someone with a more complex cognitive process. This isn't about being elitist. It's about the brain's need for engagement and challenge. When you're used to analyzing multiple layers of meaning, hearing surface-level chatter can be like listening to a radio tuner stuck between stations. Consider the classic small talk about the weather. While it might be a comfortable icebreaker for many, someone with a high IQ might find it frustratingly limited. They might be thinking about climate change, atmospheric physics, or even the philosophical implications of weather patterns, while the other person is just trying to be polite. It's not that they can't engage in small talk, it's that their brain is constantly craving more. This feeling isn't just confined to casual chats. Even in professional settings, they might find themselves waiting for the conversation to catch up to their thought process. This struggle isn't just about feeling bored. It can lead to social isolation. Intelligent people might avoid social situations because they anticipate the lack of stimulating conversation. They might feel misunderstood or judged for their intensity or depth. It's a classic chicken and egg situation. Do they avoid social interactions because they're not stimulating enough, or are the interactions not stimulating because they're not fully engaged? The result is the same, a sense of disconnection. However, it's important to note that not all social interactions need to be deep or profound to be enjoyable. Sometimes, it's about finding the right balance between stimulation and relaxation. It's about learning to appreciate the subtle nuances of human connection, even in its simplest forms. The struggle with perfectionism. You see that one person in your class or workplace who always seems to have it all together. Their projects are flawless, their presentations are polished, and their performance is consistently exceptional. What you might not see is the internal struggle they face with perfectionism, a common challenge among highly intelligent individuals. Perfectionism isn't just about high standards. It's a complex psychological trait that can lead to significant stress and dissatisfaction. For these individuals, the pressure to excel isn't just a personal goal but often a deep-seated need, driven by their intellectual capacity and self-imposed expectations. This struggle often manifests in procrastination, which might seem counterintuitive. You'd think that someone driven by perfectionism would dive into tasks immediately. Instead, they might delay starting because they fear not meeting their own high standards. For example, a writer might put off starting a novel because they feel their initial drafts are inadequate. This fear of failure can paralyze them, creating a cycle of delay and stress. The more they procrastinate, the more pressure they feel to produce something perfect, which only exacerbates the problem. Moreover, perfectionism can lead to a constant state of dissatisfaction. You notice that even when they achieve something remarkable, it's never quite good enough in their eyes. This is because their internal benchmark is often unrealistically high. Take, for instance, a scientist who publishes groundbreaking research. Instead of celebrating their achievement, they might focus on the minor flaws in their study, feeling that they could have done better. This relentless pursuit of an unattainable ideal can take a toll on their mental health. They might experience anxiety, self-doubt, and a sense of never being good enough, despite external validation. Additionally, perfectionism can strain relationships. You realize that their high standards aren't limited to their work. They often extend to their personal lives. They might expect the same level of excellence from their friends and family, leading to frustration and conflict. For example, a perfectionist might become upset when a partner forgets an important date, not because of the forgetfulness itself, but because it doesn't meet their ideal of what a perfect relationship should be. This can create tension and make it difficult for them to maintain healthy, fulfilling relationships. The struggle with perfectionism is multifaceted, affecting not just their work but their overall well-being and interactions with others. The difficulty in relating to others. People with high intelligence often find themselves at a loss when trying to connect with others. It's not that they lack social skills, but rather, their minds work at a different pace. They process information quickly, analyze situations deeply, and often come to conclusions that others haven't even considered yet. This can make conversations feel like a soliloquy. Conversations often feel like a soliloquy. They might start a discussion with a friend about a movie, only to find themselves explaining the director's use of symbolism while their friend is still trying to figure out if they like the plot. It's not that the friend isn't intelligent, but their brain isn't racing ahead at the same speed. This can lead to feelings of isolation. They might feel like they're speaking a different language, even when they're using the same words. Over time, this can lead to a sense of alienation. They might start to avoid social situations, not because they're introverted, but because they feel like they don't fit in. They might have a wide range of interests, from quantum physics to abstract art, but find it hard to find others who share these passions. This can make it difficult to form deep, meaningful relationships. They might have many acquaintances, but few close friends. Moreover, highly intelligent people often struggle with the banality of small talk. While others might enjoy discussing the weather or the latest reality TV show, they might find these topics trivial and uninteresting. This isn't a sign of arrogance, but rather a reflection of their insatiable curiosity and deep thinking. They might prefer to discuss complex topics, like the nature of consciousness or the implications of artificial intelligence. But finding others who are interested in these topics can be challenging. This can make social interactions feel like a chore, rather than a source of joy and connection. They might feel like they're stuck in a social cage, unable to express their true selves. You know, it's not always easy being the one who sees the puzzle pieces others miss. But understanding these struggles is the first step to navigating them. You've seen how intelligence can sometimes feel like a double-edged sword. Remember, it's okay to feel overwhelmed, to need time to recharge, or to struggle with perfectionism. It's all part of being highly intelligent. We've explored 8 struggles that come with a brilliant mind. From the isolation that can come with seeing the world differently to the pressure of living up to expectations. But here's the thing, your intelligence is a gift. It's a tool to understand the world deeply, to connect dots others can't see, and to make a unique impact. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Let's spread the word that intelligence comes with its own set of challenges, and that's okay. And hey, if you're curious about more psychology insights, stick around. We've got plenty more to explore together. After all, understanding ourselves is a journey, and we're just getting started.